What's up guys, and welcome back to my channel. This is the I Just Wanna Knit podcast. Hello, how are you? Welcome back. I hope you have had a great week of knitting, if you have been able to. My name's Elisa. I like to make knitting podcasts here on YouTube, and you can find a ton of other podcasts on my channel, as well as some other knitting related videos. I also do crochet and sewing, especially with the warm weather coming around. I've definitely been itching to get more sewing projects done, so if that's something you're interested, definitely feel free to subscribe to my channel, and that way you can get notified and also fed more videos from YouTube that are related to those topics. Today I have just another podcast for you guys, and I don't have too much to share, but I think that it's definitely good to record at this point because I'm almost done with some of my projects, which I actually forgot that I have a finished object. I just need to go grab it. And I forgot one of my whips. Oh my gosh, I'm all over the place. 1 second. Okay, I'm back and I think I have everything this time, so let's try that again. Okay, so the first thing I want to share with you guys are my finished objects. And look at it! I finished my spring socks. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. So this is a lace sock pattern that I followed from Drops Designs. It is, I believe, pattern 22320 June jumpers, I think. I've now had 3 or 4 podcasts with these socks and I still don't fully remember the name. But they are done and I just have them on my sock blocker. I think the last time I made a podcast I had one of them done and the other was still being worked on, but now they are officially done and I love them. I love how pretty and yellow and very springy they are, and I didn't lose Yarn Chicken. In fact, I wasn't even close. I don't know what I was thinking. And I followed one of your guys' recommendations and I had a kitchen scale, but the battery was dead and I didn't want to go buy a new battery for a really long time. But finally, our key fob battery died, and that's something that I am gonna go buy a battery for. But anyway, I went in, had to go get a battery, and they didn't have singles, they only had a pack of 6. So I had to buy one of and they're the circular, weird small little batteries. So I had to buy those, and then I was like, ooh, let me go see if this is the same battery for my kitchen scale. And it was. So I fixed my kitchen scale. And so now I can measure my yarn, or weigh my yarn, to figure out how much yarn I have left. And I still had 15 grams of this skein. Let me show you. Yeah, I was doing absolutely fine. No need to worry at all. I don't know why I did. Again, 1 pair of shorties, I guess, is plenty for about, I don't remember actually how much it was. I think it was 200 something yards, but this is how they came out, and I don't know if you can tell, but it's just a very symmetrical lace pattern, and it goes right down the center here, and it's just a repeating motif. So it was super, super easy and beginner friendly. I absolutely loved knitting these because I felt like I was so cool knitting lace, even though they're very simple. I was really excited. And if you have watched the podcast, you've heard me say this a million times, but for anybody that's new, I didn't follow the pattern exactly to the way it's written. I did my own heel construction, which isn't really my own heel construction. It's just what is very typical for a sock, which is the slip stitch heel, as you can tell here. Sorry, every time I put this up close to the camera, the lighting gets all weird, so Sorry about that if that's bothering you. Oh my gosh, I don't like it. Anyway, yeah, so this is the color here. I hope that's not getting like washed out. It's a very bright yellow. But yeah, here's the slip stitch here. And on the first heel, let me see if I can figure out which one was first. Yeah, this one. This one I did first, and I made the heel longer, the heel flap longer than I made the second, but I couldn't really tell a difference. I mean, maybe you can slightly, but still fits fine. And I didn't do my short rows correct when I was turning the heel, and I ended up having to do extra decreases because I can't do math, I guess, or read a pattern. But the second one I was able to do perfectly. And yeah, I liked the pattern. It was one of Drops's more simpler patterns, fairly easy to follow. So that was like good for me, at least, because the few patterns I've tried to do by Drops, I usually end up just like looking at it and then backing out because I just cannot seem to follow their patterns very well. But it's got a cute little rolled edge here, and then just 1x1 ribbing, and then simple toe decreases. So yeah, these are my cute little spring socks. I'm very glad that I have them. And it's funny because I originally got this yarn to knit a color work sock that I wanted to do by myself. So I had never knit a sock before. I had never really written a pattern before. I've never done color work before. And I decided I wanted FSU themed socks. And I still like loved the pattern that I came up with. I mean, I really just followed it from their jersey. They had this really cool pattern on their jerseys. And unfortunately, when I put it on after knitting the whole color work chart and the leg, and I think I started turning the heel, I did all of that, finally tried it on, and realized that it was too tight and wasn't going to get over my ankle, which was disappointing. But I was able to knit these cute little socks out of it. Plus, this isn't really gold, this is much more yellow, and it wouldn't have really been super close to the color, so it's fine for me. I didn't mind. It was whatever. It was a learning experience. I've been very scared and timid to try colorwork socks because of it, but I'm sure an actual pattern that's been written is much better to follow than one that you're just kind of hoping works out, especially if other people have knit it. So anyway, I'm not really like looking to get into colorwork socks right now. I'm just doing fun socks for the moment. This yarn is Hobby's Rainbow Sock Wool. It's their 4-ply, and they have like a plethora of colors. Whatever color you want, they probably have it in this weight. So I had bought in a few other skeins as well, but not in this color. And yeah, so that is my first finished object, these cute little socks, and I couldn't be happier with them. They just make me so happy because of the bright yellow, and it's almost springtime, and it's a good thing. Okay, the next thing I have is another sock, because that's all that I seem to be knitting on today, or these days. And this is the Coral Reefs pattern by, I want to say like something Haynes. I forgot what her French name is. One second. Okay, Lisa. It's Lisa Haynes. Yeah, this is the pattern. And this is the first sock. Now this is for my mother for Mother's Day. I'm knitting her a pair of socks, and I'm also knitting my mother-in-law a pair of socks. But it's 3 weekends till Mother's Day, and I only have one done, so I'm a little bit crammed for time, which I will never do this to myself again. If I want to make somebody socks, and I know that they have a pair that fits them, I'm just going to give myself much more time than needed. But yeah, I asked pretty last second for a knitter's stance, or at least time frame. I don't know. I feel like in order to get something done, I need to be like 2 months in advance, which you're not thinking about Mother's Day gifts in February. Anyway, yeah, so this is the Coral Reef sock, and it's just this really pretty motif that's supposed to be like faux cables, but it's pretty much just made with increases and decreases, with pearls and knits. So it's pretty much like a ribbing motif. But I love it. It's really pretty, and I think it's absolutely gorgeous. So I thought it's very nice the way that like it falls through the pattern, which the pattern is very, very well written. I just didn't read it all the way, which is why I had to frog this actually. I knit the motif like 3 times, and then I was gonna get ready to do the heel flap and the rest of the foot, or like the gusset and stuff, and finish the sock. And then I realized that I wasn't reading the pattern correctly, and I was supposed to add like a ton of just straight ribbing, which I didn't do. I just did the next repeat right away. So I had to frog back all the way. I literally contemplated. I literally sat and thought to myself, like, it's gonna be a gift. It's fine. She probably won't care or even notice. And then I was like, no, but I'll know. And I know that I gave a gift to somebody that wasn't fully like all my effort and knit with every ounce of love that I have. So yes, long story short, I decided I couldn't do that to my mom. And I frogged all the way back despite literally being ready to like be done. And again, I'm on a time frame, guys. Like, this isn't just, I want these done and given to them on Mother's Day. And yeah, so I frogged all the way back and then reknit most of it in the same night, which I was kind of surprised because I had already been knitting on it for a while, and it took me a little bit more than a night to get back to, or to get to that spot. So the fact that I reknit it pretty much all in the same night, I was very happy with. And then I just did the heel flap, which was, I think, like 32 rows, which is quite large in my opinion, but it fits fine. And this is a one-size-fits-all sock pattern, and that's probably why. And I do think that it's good for it to be more on the looser side than tight, especially because I haven't knit my mother socks before, so I don't necessarily know what's gonna fit her. I know she's like a size and a half larger than my feet, so I kind of just use that as a gauge roughly. I mean, I lived with her for like 18 years. I should have an idea. I know what shoe size she is. I know what oh my gosh, that's so hard to say. I know what shoe size she is, but again, knitted socks just fit differently, at least in my opinion. So I'm hoping that these fit well, that they work well for her, that she loves them, and yeah. So her favorite color is red, at least like that's what I remember it being growing up for my whole life. But I wanted to double check with her. I was like, hey, like, what color do you really like right now? Before I even asked. And she was like, oh, I've been getting a lot of really nice compliments when I'm wearing pink. So I was like, oh, cool, I can do pink. Pink is pretty. Pink is spring. So I picked up this yarn for her and then told her, like, hey, I sent her a few patterns, had her pick which one she liked the most. She chose these. So I was like, okay, cool. I don't know why I keep like holding it up, but it's just so pretty to look at. I really love this motif. It's beautiful. Yeah. This is made with Cascade Yarns Heritage. It's their sock wool. It's a superwash merino sock wool. Here's the base. Yeah, it's 75% superwash merino and then 25% nylon. Very standard, typical sock yarn. I think this is actually really good sock yarn, I would assume, for color work. So I might have to buy some more. I saw Carson from, I can't remember what her podcast is. But she makes like, she makes a lot of really nice podcasts. I'll put it here, what it is. And she had literally bought the same type of yarn, like this exact color. And I was so excited. I was like, oh my gosh, I just bought that yarn. And she also bought some other really pretty colors, and there was like this really pretty like yellow, golden yellow, orangish color, and I absolutely love that. I think that would be so fun to knit with, but I think it'd be cool to do color work. Oh my gosh. Like I said, I'm not looking at color work socks right now, but like I'm getting there. I just want to be done knitting socks so I can knit some other things for the moment, to be honest. But this is coming along well, and since like that's the last finished object I really have, I'll just go into the whip. This is how much I have done on the other sock, which I think, oh shoot, 1, 2, okay, yeah, I pretty much have like a little bit left of straight ribbing and then one more motif repeat, and then I have the heel flap and the foot, and then I should be good. Which, like I said before, the feet don't take me very long, so once I get going on the foot, I have a feeling that this will fly. I did like all of this in an evening pretty much, from pretty much the gusset onward. I did that all in, not an evening, I did that all in a day. So I'm hoping I can do the same and I can be done with this. If I can get like, I'll get the motif and the ribbing done pretty quickly this afternoon or this evening, and then if I can spend like another day and a half, evening and a half, 2 evenings, if I can get this done by Wednesday, I think I'll be happy. I think I'll be good. But I am, again, a little rushed for time. My feet are falling asleep. I might readjust in a second, but I need my feet to not be dead. Anyway, so this is how it's going, and I was having fun with my little scale, and I weighed it, and this I think was like 94 grams originally. It's supposed to be, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be 100 grams, but I don't make the rules here. Actually, what does it say? Yeah, it's supposed to be 100 grams or 3.5 ounces, and it was a wee shy. But this one I think was like 33 grams, and I had like 60 something, so I know I'll have plenty of yarn for this sock. Even just looking, like you can tell, yeah, she'll be able to finish her sock. So that is how it's going. If you're curious, the color is 5751. Here's the label. I know some of us really like looking at these, so I figured I would share it with you. Yeah, so that's the label, and I really like this yarn. So for the longest time, I had only used hand-dyed sock yarn for like superwash, hand-dyed superwash, and those all feel really nice. I like how they feel. This was the first type of superwash where I think I understood a little bit of what other podcasters and knitters say when they say that superwash has a squeaky feeling. That superwash has a squeaky feeling. I think this is the first yarn where I kind of understand what they're getting that from. But at the same time, like, I feel like this is moisturized, which I find really funny because it feels like I'll be knitting and then I'll be like, my hands feel really soft. And like I just put lotion on them or something, and it's like really, really soft. I wonder, and it gets even softer after blocking, so, which is good. I think these will be a beautiful gift. I think she will love them. I have really enjoyed knitting on them. The pattern, like I said, is really, really great. I definitely recommend it if you want some sort of fun, interesting motif that's super easy to like remember and get down, and then like you don't have to reference the pattern a million times. Those are my favorite types of patterns, is when you just kind of get what they're doing, you can get it right away, and then you're good to go. You don't have to keep looking down at the pattern, because nobody likes to do that. People like to just knit, right? We like to just knit. And yeah, once again, I wish I knit a yarn cozy, but like I said, I'm crammed on time and I want to just get these projects done. And then maybe I can knit myself yarn cozy and avoid having my skein of yarn start to get messy. This one's still okay, but she's getting there. And once again, I've just been keeping them in my cute little project bag that I made. I'm so proud of these. I can't wait to make more. Like I said, I have been wanting to do so much lately, but I've been knitting socks. So I don't know if I'm going to do that to myself again. I think these socks will suffice for a while. Okay, so that is the first whip I have. The second whip is my Lanark Sweater by Rebecca Clow. Could be Clow, I really don't know. I heard somebody else say Rebecca Clow, and now I'm wondering how to pronounce it. So Rebecca, if for whatever reason you happen to stumble across my podcast at some point, or if any of you other viewers know how to pronunciate her last name, is it Clow or Clow? I don't know. Okay. This is my beautiful Lanark sweater, and as you can tell, I have casted off needles. There are no needles on it, and this is how she looks. Honestly, I'm gonna put it on really quick. So basically, I was just rushing to get this done because I was using this is gonna look so cute. I thought it was longer last time I put it on. Okay, so this is how she's looking. Let me see if I can get in full frame here. Here's how she looks. I wanted to knit the body really nice and long where I wouldn't be worried about the length, and I didn't try it on at all because I didn't want to take it off the needles because I was lazy, which happens. We all have been there. But I don't know how much I'm liking the fit of it. I think I shouldn't like knock it till it's completely done and I'm wearing it, because like that's just kind of how the pattern is. I think the other thing for me was I should have gone up one more size. I think I should have knit the size 4. I can confidently say that. I mean, like the armhole's fine. That feels fine. I think this is a good depth. I just think that the body's a little bit tight. And it's not even tight, it's just it hugs. And I just kind of wanted it a little bit looser. So I think I should have gone with a size 4, but it's fine. It still fits, and it's going to fit, so I don't mind that. And I like how it looks up here, but once you start to get down to like, oh, maybe not. Maybe it's fine. I don't know. I've only put it on one time, and that was after knitting it, but that was also like, I'm so done with knitting on this kind of moment, where it was just sort of like, eh. But it hasn't been blocked yet too, so I should give it some grace. This is a half fisherman's rib, half brioche sweater that will be a zipped sweater, which I'm very excited to do. I think that'll be a lot of fun. I'm a little bit, keep pulling on my hair. I'm a little bit worried this might be a little bit tight. But I don't know. I don't really ever zip my stuff up all the way anyway, so we will have to see. And this is what I have left of my skein. I have one more? Yeah, I have one more. And like these are super accessible. I could go to Joann's and pick up another one today if I wanted. But this is made with Lion Brand's Respun, 100% Respun. It's recycled polyester. And it's really soft to me. It's very warm. I made a Lupin sweater with this same yarn as well. And I had leftovers in the color work, so I was like, okay, I like it enough. I'm gonna go ahead and knit the Lanark sweater, and then that helps me destash too, which is kind of funny because you just buy more yarn just to destash. Sure, that's destashing. Anyway, so I really like how it's fitting up here. Like this I like this. This looks very nice. I can imagine what the sleeves are gonna look like. I can imagine it zipped up. This looks nice. I just don't like how the lower half is looking. Again, I mean, you can't really see in here. But I feel like you also can't really see when I'm this far away. I don't know. Maybe you see what I mean? Like, I feel like it just really hugs me weird down here. Maybe I should I lengthen it again? I don't know. I'm not gonna even act like that's an option because this was a sewn bind off, which I have never done before until this project. I've done the tubular cast off, Italian bind off, I think, but I've never done a sewn bind off, which is easier. I feel like it was quicker, but at the same time, I don't like how it was like flaring out. My other one didn't really do that on the tubular, I can't remember which one I did. I think it's the Italian bind off, but I also think I've heard that the tubular and the Italian bind off are the same. I don't know. Maybe. But I did that on my Ingrid sweater and it didn't flare out the way that this was flaring out. So I'm gonna take it off quick because this gets warm. See what I mean down here? It flares out. I don't know if that's just like something that you get with tension issues with a sewn bind off, or is that just a characteristic of a sewn bind off? Does it come out with blocking? Is it, I don't know, but I don't like it. It's not gonna like break the sweater for me, but like I said, this has just been an interesting project. I didn't even originally think I was gonna knit the Lanark sweater. Then I got really influenced when I was watching her podcast and I really liked how it looked. I liked the positive feedback that I heard about the men's size, and I dreamed about making my husband a sweater, and I thought, oh, I like it enough, I'll make it for myself. If it's like good, I'll make him one too. And this is a beast to knit on. And yeah, but basically I was chugging my way through the ribbing and then the sewn bind off because I need my needles for my socks. So that's why this has just been on hold, and I don't know when I'm going to take it out because by the time I finish these socks, I think it's going to be full on warm weather here, and I'm not going to want to knit on this. I think I am very excited and eager to use my Arizona yarn and make some summer stuff. I also want to use my other yarn that I got from Joanne because those are a cotton acrylic blend and I want to use those. And I just don't have, I'm not going to wear this until the winter next year anyway, so I think this might end up being one of those hibernating projects for a bit. We will see. Maybe I'll feel more encouraged once I'm done with my socks, and because I'm also not somebody to like to leave projects lingering, so we will see. At the same time, I don't know. I've only been knitting for like a year and a half, so who knows. That is the first whip. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to say about it. My stitch count was off. I had to add 2 different stitches to the body, which I still think is kind of small. So maybe it's not a bad thing that I had to add those stitches. Probably should have added a few more. But yeah, that's pretty much my Lanark sweater. The next whip that I have is a crochet / sewing whip. So, ta-da! Okay, so here are these squares. And if you've been on my podcast, you've seen them before. I was planning on making another one of my cute little bags like this one that I had made for I didn't really make it for my trip, but I took it on my trip and I loved it. I wanted to make another one, but I wanted to use up some acrylic yarn in my stash as well, hence these colors. These are all Red Heart Super Saver yarn, and I kind of like paused on the project, wasn't really feeling it, was sort of like, I've got other stuff, more exciting things that I want to work on. I've already made this bag, and it was a pain to join, so I was thinking about that too. But then I saw this like really cute idea, and I was all over it. I absolutely needed it for myself, and so hence the squares are finished and ready to be sewn together and made into a really cute little like cross bag. I don't know what they're called, but they're cute and I want one, and they're really trendy. So yeah, I got this, and I'm probably just gonna line it with black because that's what I tend to line everything with. Otherwise I was thinking, nah, that's for later. But I got this zipper because they didn't have a black zipper at the store. I got this zipper. It kind of matches pretty well with this color, and then I just got some thread to go with it. And then I want it lined in black. And then I'm thinking about putting like pockets and stuff on the lining, like credit card pockets, like a driver's license pocket, just to make it more functional for me. And yeah, so I got this zipper, and I've been keeping it in my other project bag that I made. And I've just been slowly, eagerly waiting to finish this, or more like waiting to like start the sewing process of this because I really want to. But again, I have socks to knit. That's like the theme of this podcast, is Elisa has socks to knit. She should get knitting those socks. But yeah, that's the last whip that I have. I do have 2 acquisitions. They aren't knitting related, but they are sewing in like fabric, so why not share? These are like stinking cute. Oh my gosh, I couldn't get over them. So I just grabbed some more fat quarter bundles. I don't know what it is. I'm obsessed with these. I just think they look so cute together, and like look at all that pretty fabric. I mean, most of the time what I use these to do, or use these to make, were scrunchies. I used to buy a ton of them, literally like this, and I would make like 4 or 5 scrunchies with each fat quarter, and I have like elastic and stuff that I would make them with. Like here's one. This one I made with an old t-shirt, but I was like obsessed with making scrunchies, and that's what I used to make these with. Now I think I'm making like project bags. I don't know. If you have any good ideas to use with these, let me know, because I have an issue with wanting to buy really cute little fat quarters of fabric. Anyway, this one says like Lake Sweet Lake, and we go to my husband's mom's lake. They have like a mini parked, what are they called? It's like a parked RV. No, it's like a parked trailer, but it's very cabin themed and cabin-esque. It's very nice, and it says like Lake Sweet Lake, and I really want to make something with this, and I just thought it was so cute, and like look at that pattern. Okay, let me undo this really quick. Yeah, it says Lakeside Retreat. Like, how cute is that? I was so excited when I saw it. I was like, I need that. I wasn't even going to buy fabric, but I somehow managed to wander into the fabric section every time. Okay, one sec. Anyway, here's the first print. Oh, she's pretty. Oh wait, there's more. Look at how cute. Lake Love, Happy Place. I bet that says like the lake is my happy place. I'm just gonna open it up all the way because at this point, oh, that is so cute. Oh, it's upside down. It wasn't upside down on my side. Okay, look how adorable this is. Oh my gosh. That is so cute. Look at Lake, what does it say? Live, love, lake. Oh, that's funny. Day at the lake. This one says Day at the lake restores the soul. Lake is my happy place. Lake love. Oh. Okay, I'm obsessed with this. This is so stinking cute. All you need is love and a lake. Ugh. I don't know what I'm gonna have to... Ooh, honestly... Okay, so they just got a new couch at their cabin, and it was it was very cabin-esque themed. There was like patterns all over it, like moose and bears. So they got rid of it because it was super old, and they're getting a new one this year. And it's just gonna be like a really nice leather couch. How cute would it be to have like pillows, throw pillows in this? I might have to ask her. Anyway, that was so cute. I loved all that. And then this one has like little fish. So cute. And like anchors. Yeah. So they're also from Minnesota, so they get the whole lake stereotype too. If you're not from the US, something Minnesota is very known for is what is it, like the place of 10,000 lakes? I don't know. They're known for their lake life. Yeah. Look at this. Oh, these are so cute. This reminds me of a bed sheet I used to have as a kid. It was my favorite one. So my mom would have all of us girls. So I have like 4 sisters. I have a lot of siblings. And all of us girls would like each have our own bed set that we would change in the fall when it got cold. Like we'd have cotton sheets in the summer and then flannel sheets in the winter. And mine were like leaf patterned. And I loved them so much. My sister had like penguins. My older sister had, I think, like a striped pattern. My younger sisters, yeah, they had penguins, snowmen, and I think, I can't remember what the other one was. But I had the leaves, and like, this just reminds me of that. Look at these cute blueberries. Oh, so cute. And then, yes, this cute little plaid design. I'm obsessed with this. I love it. Okay. So yeah, if you have any ideas of like what are good projects for fat quarters, even if I have to go back and buy another one, I will. This is so stinking cute. I might make a pillow. Probably will make some project bags because I can totally see myself taking a project to the lake when I go up there to visit. And I could have my lake project bag. Oh my gosh. I can't wait for the summer, guys. It's been too cold here for too long. Okay, the next one that I have, these I just got because I saw the saguaro, and if you watched my last podcast, or 2 podcasts ago, I don't remember at this point, I was obsessed with the saguaros that we saw on our Arizona trip, and I saw this at the store, and I was like, yes, I'm buying those. Too cute. Here's just some cute little gridded patterns, florals, very summery. I like these. Neutral. See, like, I would make so many scrunchies with these. And then this one as well. Okay. So that is the acquisition I have for you today. And that's pretty much all that I have as well. So, I guess I should share. In case you're curious, I've already shared this in the last podcast, so these aren't really new acquisitions, but this is what the next pair of socks that I'm going to make are, and they are supposed to be Minnesota Wild themed, and if you know what that means, then you know that it's a hockey team, and that they're currently in the playoffs right now. So, I mean, it's April 23rd, so you'll obviously see this in the future. So for all we know, they're not. Or maybe they are still. I don't know when I'm going to post this. I think it would be next week. Hopefully they're still in the playoffs then. But this is what it's going to look like. This is cashmere. Like, my mother-in-law, when she went to the yarn store, goes and pulls this out, and I was so excited. I was like, that is the perfect excuse to use cashmere. And it doesn't have to come out of my personal budget because it comes out of the gift fund. And yeah, so here I'm planning on making a striped sock. It'll be green with a stripe of red, a stripe of white, and then red again, and then green in the cuff, and then the whole leg and whole foot will be green, and then contrasting red toe and heel. That is a mouthful. That is a big plan. Hopefully I can do it. I'm planning on also recording a tutorial with it, So hopefully I can get these scales down and be able to share others, because I think that's a great thing to do. I like tutorials for certain things, and I think other people would too. But yeah, if you're at all interested in seeing how that project turns out, definitely like and subscribe, and you can even turn the bell notification on, and then you'll know exactly when I post next. That is all that I have for you today. Thank you so much for spending some time with me and seeing what I've been up to with my knits, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and leave me a comment. That really helps me out a lot, and I really appreciate it. And I hope you have a great rest of your week, your day, your evening. I just hope you have a lot of fun knitting and enjoying your time with that. So until next time, see ya, bye!